Hello, welcome to the Science Workshop. This is the week of activities with marble, math, and physics. Right. We'll start with day one, which is a series of little activities. It's not that much to build. On the other hand, they'll walk away with a lot of interesting stuff to keep playing with and experimenting with. So we'll start with just the plate and the marble. Every kid's going to have 14 or 15 marbles by the time it's over. And you can pass them out sort of one at a time on the first day, or you could give it all to them, and they can keep the marbles all the way through the week. So here's a marble running around a plate, and it's amazing how long it goes without slowing down. And then it's amazing, actually. That was interesting right there. That's a physics concept. If the plate is not there, the marble no longer goes in a circle. That's something every kid should notice, can notice, that the marble's going in a circle, but the minute it pops off the plate, it stops going in a circle and starts going in a straight line, a tangent line to the circle. So yeah, so you can do that. And then you can also get it to be like a pendulum, a rolling pendulum. That's kind of an interesting way to play with it as well. All right. So each one of the activities, you want to let them play for quite a while. They'll find new things maybe that we don't even know about. All right. See how it rolls up to the top and then comes down halfway across when it doesn't have the energy anymore. It comes back down. Okay, so that's the first one. Second one, you're going to take the glue gun and glue a cup to the middle of the plate. Now you could do it in two ways. You can have the marble going in there. And notice that you don't have to move the plate in a circle. You could just move the plate back and forth, but it makes the marble going in a circle. Whoa! Did it again. Did you see how I got it caught up in the top there? As a if you go really smooth, you can catch it up in the top of the cup. Or not, or it'll go flying across the room. No problem. We got plenty of marbles. So now you can actually put a marble in the plate and the cup and try to make them both go around. The problem is that you have to shake them at different frequencies to get them to both go around, which is not that easy to do. If you focus on the one in the middle, it goes around. If you focus on the one on the plate, then it goes around. To make them both go around, a bit of a trick. An even bigger trick is to make them go the opposite directions. More marbles. Now, here's another thing you can do, is to put a washer onto the plate. You glue the washer down on the plate. Now, you could try to get the marble up into the washer. Oh, I got it already. Oh, and the glue is not dry. had a little bit of practice with this. I'm making it look easy. Or you could put multiple washers. Yeah, that's more like it. Oh, there it is. And then you could go from the washer into the cup. Okay, that's one you can do. You can also glue a marble under the bottom of it. And so now, instead of moving the plate back and forth, you can move it tilting on that marble underneath there. Or you can try that same thing going on the plate. All right, and the next one is you try to roll 2 or more marbles inside the cup. Oh, you got 2 cups. Every kid's gonna have 2 cups, so you can just use the cup now separately. You could try to roll the 2 marbles like this. Sometimes they chase each other, sometimes they go together. And then sometimes they'll go all the way up to the rim. If you keep it at the very bottom, there'll be a little bump as it hits the little bumps that are around the bottom. But right above the bottom, there's a little ridge where it'll stay nice and smooth. And then if you go faster, it moves up. The cup is shaped like this, so that kind of makes sense. As it's pressing out more, it will go up. Wow. Once it gets up in that upper rim, you can just kind of hold it and it'll keep on going. The marble is moving so smoothly because there's so little friction. Rolling is already a way to move that has very little friction. Friction is rubbing, the force of rubbing. So if you're rolling, there's no rubbing. It's just sort of moving along the surface. Okay, and so then you get a nice smooth surface like the cup, and you have very little friction. It'll go a long ways. Okay, now, okay, another marble. No, I'll just have the one marble. Now let's put a balloon on the cup. Some scissors. Now see, you can cut the balloon. The balloon has a fat part right there, and then it gets skinny again. And you want to cut it down where it's skinny, a little bit skinnier, not all the way down at the neck. I'll cut it right about like that so it'll stay on the cup when you put it on. And you grab it with 4 fingers, like this, and have somebody hold the cup, works better, and then you pop it on the cup. And there it is. Now it won't leave the cup, but it doesn't like staying in that upper rim because it hits the balloon. But it's kind of interesting. You can make it do all kinds of more interesting things once you put the top on it. One of them is to pop it. You can bounce your ball like a little miniature basketball. And you can just pull the balloon down and make a well. And then you can run the marble around the well. It's a model of a gravitational well. Actually, it is a gravitational well because gravity's trying to pull the marble down in there. But that's what a black hole is. A black hole pulls things in with the increased gravity as it goes down or goes in. Black hole's 3 dimensions. This is only 2 dimensions. Now you could put 2 or 3 marbles in there, or you can take the marble out. Oh, one more thing to show that you can, when you first put the balloon on, often it's compressed like that, and that's because sealing the air, so the air is pulling it down in there. But if you open it up like this, you let the air down and you let the air equalize, and it'll come back up. You can make it kind of flat across the top, or you can make it so you can pull it up on the top. But if you want to take your marble out and then put it back on so it's flat across the top, then you've got a little springboard. This is going to be great fun. You've got a little springboard for your marble, so you can bounce the marble on the top. And you could try to bounce it so that it's so that it continues to bounce. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit tighter. I'm going to pull it over here, tighten it up like that. So now it's got that concave little bowl shape, and it will tend to keep itself in there as it bounces. If it doesn't bounce too high, it'll keep on bouncing. It'll bounce for a long time. It's a very bouncy surface. And you could try to bounce it. You try to keep it bouncing. And you could try to roll it around, like a little gravitational well. And you could do this all with another marble inside. So that's kind of cool. And then you can play the old game where you try to bounce the marble into the cup. I forget what the game is called at the fair. They often have a little game like this where your job is to bounce the thing. So first of all, you're going to get all your marbles, because you know it's not going to happen the first time. Okay. Okay, are we ready? Oh, it happened the first time! And I feel just like a pro golfer. Only they got millions of dollars and I got a bunch of marbles. Oh, that was more like it. And if it goes into the plate, oh, look at that. I'm such a professional. Wow! Maybe it's not so hard. If it goes into the plate, you get less points, but you still get some points. So you can play this all day long, and you can make it more difficult by putting it farther away. Of course, now I'm going to have to do it until I get it. Oh, it hit the plate. So that's maybe 1 point if you hit the plate, 2 points if it stays on the plate, and 29 points if it goes into the cup, or something like that. You can make this up as you go. Now see, I got the little cup part on the bottom, and that actually makes it harder to aim. So I'm going to let some in there so it's more flat. But it's hard because you end up compressing the cup a little bit, and it always turns into a concave surface. So this one's all right. All right, that was in the plate. Try one more here. He says one more. That's good enough. Okay, now don't fail to just listen to the sound. Make sure it's completely tight so there's no little divot at the top. And put it nice and tight all down there, but no concave, and then listen to it. It's actually a little bit loud. It can really hurt your ear if you go too close. But it's ringing like a musical instrument. It's got this certain tone. Which is kind of interesting. I don't know why it has that tone. But it has to do with the balloon and the cup and the size of the cup and the air inside. And maybe if a bunch of kids did it with different cups, you'd have different tones, you'd have music. Okay, so that's the cup and plate activities. Now let's get out the balloons. When you put something inside the balloon and it's round, like a penny, you can roll it around in there, or the marble. And it's very interesting. Of course, the marble will work. The marble will roll everywhere. But so will the penny. You want to blow it up pretty big. Gives you more space to roll. But you want to be careful and don't drop it. When you drop the thing, it smashes the balloon between the thing inside and the table or the floor, and it'll pop the balloon. So be careful and don't drop it. So now I'm rolling the penny inside around there. You'd think maybe it would be hard to get it going, but somehow it's very stable that way, and it likes rolling around, and it'll roll around for a long time. Again, the super low friction rolling on this smooth surface. And it's making a little noise. And you gotta think about why it would be making a noise. Again, you think about the shape that it's coming down at. It's like a bowl. There's a bowl inside the balloon, and that's what it's rolling on. And it's just incredibly stable. You could count how many times it goes. Since you stopped giving it a push, you could count how many times it goes until it falls over. As soon as it falls over, it'll stop. That's it. It's amazing. And you can pop your penny and make it dance in there, or your marble. Every kid's gonna have 4 balloons, right? So if they have one, if they don't screw up on this, they'll have 3 balloons to play with this stuff. They can use anything they want. They can put multiple things in there. Sometimes it's interesting with the two things inside, but most of the time they just run into each other. So maybe don't do that. I'm gonna put the one you don't want to miss is the nut. Definitely do one with the nut. Whoa, I just about smashed the coin against the table. I have a feeling some of the balloons might pop, but that's all part of the fun. Okay, are you ready for this? It's making a crazy noise. Why do you think that might be? The penny didn't make anything like it. Whoa, okay, maybe I blew that up a little bit too hard. I might get another one. I'll put another penny in there. If you blow it up too far, it's a little too delicate. It'll pop easier. But like I said, it's kind of nicer. You could do more things with a bigger balloon. So I'm gonna roll the nut and the penny around here. There's the penny. here's a nut. What's going on? Well, if you look at the nut, it's got 6 sides. It's got 6 sides, so as it rolls across something, it bumps. It doesn't roll smoothly, it bumps along. Well, the balloon kind of takes that bumping and amplifies it somehow, and it puts the sound out. And it's rolling pretty fast, so it's going through those bumps really fast, and that's the frequency of the sound you're rolling. If you listen to it carefully as it goes, the faster it goes, the higher the frequency. And that means, all that means is that it's hitting those bumps faster and faster. You could try to roll your nut inside your cup to see how it works, but it's really hard. It doesn't want to roll inside the cup. And I think that's because the balloon is elastic. The balloon is giving a little bit, and the cup doesn't give at all. So, oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. But it's hard. It doesn't want to roll. There it was. And you can hear the frequency is much lower. Here, where's up there? It's you could try to roll your penny in the cup as well. Not easy at all. Somehow the balloon makes it easy for the penny to stand up. You could think about how it gives a little bit with the elastic surface there. Now the last thing to notice, well, I mean, there's all kinds of things to notice, right? But one of the last things you can notice is when you spin this thing around, you can let go of it, and it has this funny little motion as it's floating through the air. That motion is basically the two items, the balloon and the penny, orbiting around each other. It's the same thing that happens in a planetary system where there's a star and a planet, or a planet and a moon. And we often say that one is rotating around the other. The Earth is going around the sun, or the moon is going around the Earth. But actually, both of them are going around the center of mass. Now, the sun is much, much bigger. It's 1,000,000 times heavier than the Earth. So the center of mass is right next to the center of the sun. So the sun is not hardly moving at all, but it is moving. And the Earth and the moon, they're definitely moving around the center of mass. The Earth is much bigger, but not that much bigger. It's not even 1,000 times bigger than the moon. And so they both move. The Earth is moving around the moon. So that's what you can see here. The penny and the balloon, they're very close to the same weight, the same mass. And so they're rotating around each other. And so as the penny moves down, the balloon moves up. And the balloon moves up, the penny moves down. And that's that little motion that you see. These two different items, and they're rotating around each other. Well, actually, one of them is rotating on the inside, but the center of mass is staying in the same place. All right? So you can think about any other stuff you can want to use, different cups, different plates, bowls. You could try anything you want and roll things around in it. It's a wonderful means of motion, and you can learn a lot of stuff from it. All right? That was day 1.